What's up, YouTube? Respawn Rob here, and I've got for you today a recording of He Is Coming. But I'm going to do something a little special to start this off. I'm going to probably do this once every other week, once a week, we'll see. But I figured I'd just do a little half-hour tutorial maybe of how this game works. So when you go into to play, usually all you'll have is Woodland unlocked. Now, this game isn't fully released yet. So if we go in here, this is what most of you will have. Now, the way this game works is there's a day-night cycle. As you move around the map, like so with the WASD keys, you'll see that it ticks down. And then eventually you'll get to the skull, which is the boss, which is this guy. And if you hold tab, the game will show you and explain to you the name of the boss's stats, and what the boss does, and how it reacts to the player. And so these are the 4 basic stat blocks. You got your HP, how much damage you can take till you die, hit points. You have your attack, you have your block, and you have your speed. And so doesn't the boss, or whatever enemy you might be facing. Up here, in this corner, is your money, your gold, whatever you want to call it. You can spend gold at a tile called the Merchant, obviously. It's pretty self-explanatory. And he'll have a bunch of awesome goodies for you. This is the map, so if you hold shift, it kind of zooms out a little bit. If you hold WASD, you can traverse the overworld, like so. And you can go into the dark and find these waypoints, which you can kind of fast travel to, which I might show you later. Now, there's a lot of items. I'm just going to start exploring with the WASD, like I said. And here we go. Look at this rude dude. We got a wolf. So this is combat. So this game is great because you don't have to do anything in combat. It's an auto battler. So if we just hit play, it'll kind of just do its thing. You don't have to click anything. It's great. And obviously you can go a little faster, and you can like completely super speed the fight. That's really good if you're doing a hard boss, and it's kind of like a big grind. And there's different kinds of enemies. Each of them do different things. There's the wolf, there's the bear, and it'll start in whatever you had too, by the way. So the bear is pretty self-explanatory, and the levels matter after you beat the boss. So if you beat the first boss, they level up to level 2, so on and so forth. This is a watchtower, and boom, it shows us a whole giant chunk of the map. So, also, good thing to know, is at night, all of these icons are going to have question marks. You're not going to know what any of them are. It kind of hides them from you. And another thing, too, to watch out for at night, we're currently in the day still, at night, these guys will chase you. They'll hunt you down. Yeah, they're pretty tough, pretty rude. So now, in the holding shift, looking in the over map, you can see chest icons. That is a fortune teller. If you hover over, it'll tell you exactly what it is. Pretty handy. So chests give you items, which you can see over here. So you can have 1 weapon equipped at any time, and you can have 4 items equipped, max, until you beat the first boss. So we're going to see if we can do that. And as you beat bosses and collect items, you get stronger. For example, treasure chest. And all of these either they contribute to your stats, or they activate in battle and do crazy special effects. This game goes pretty in depth so far, and they're constantly updating it. I love this game. I'm hooked. I believe I have like 30-something hours in the game already. Obviously the wooden stick is pretty bad. It's the basic weapon you start the game with, and this just does more. I think we kind of go for this for now. And you can do some crazy builds. You can do, I've seen speed builds, defense builds, you name it, it's there. It's in the game. HP builds. It's kind of crazy what you can do with this game. Now, what I think I'm going to do is kind of double back and go get that chest, because we're running out of HP here. We kind of got to watch out. And it's night, so I don't want to run into any baddies. Okay. We can hit really hard and lose speed. Gain health or restore health. Let's gain some health. Let's see how that goes for us. Ooh, the feather gives us speed, and we can convert speed into HP as we have turns. Seems pretty good. And obviously, it's day again. We're not going to see all the items. This is just a brief tutorial. I'm kind of speed running here almost. To kind of just get to the boss and show you the game. Boom, just like that. And also, a handy mechanic they added is if you hit control, see that lightning icon in the bottom? That it kind of just it auto battles for you. You don't even have to hit the speeds at the top and go into the combat screen. It kind of just goes. It's pretty, yeah, pretty neat. That's oil, so you can put for each of the stats besides your health, the attack, the defense, and the speed. You can put the oil on your blade, and all it does is simply increase whatever. So the red oil, for example, I just put on my sword. All it does is increase the attack of the weapon by 1. That's all. Nothing too crazy, but you know, every point counts. Every point matters. So this icon here, that's a fairy. So at the fairy, what you can do is put an item in, and the fairy will transform that item into a random item of the same rarity. So there's green items, which are like basic. There's blue items, which are like uncommon. And then there's purple, which are like epic, legendary. And obviously purple items are the cream of the crop, the best. My man Randy Savage, RIP. This icon here is the Armorer, I believe it's called. And you can put a special attacking effect on your weapon. It comes in handy. It's not necessary, though. The Golem's neat, where if you have 2 of the same item, you can combine them at the Golem to make one super item. Pretty handy, saves you a slot, and makes the item better. It's cool. And this is my favorite icon to hunt down in the game right now, which is called the Hero's Grave. And the Hero's Grave, in my opinion, is so good. Oh, would you look at that, a golem. So see? So the golden here, I'll go back to the Hero's Grave in a second. The golden item is when you combine 2 greens together, they make a golden item. So if you, for example, during a run, get 4 redwood roasts, you can combine 2 of them to make a gold roast, and then combine 2 more to make another gold roast. And then if you can find a 3rd golem in your run, you can get a diamond roast by combining the 2 golds together. Saving you a lot of slots in just a powerful item, diamond tier. So I'm going to try and hustle to that Hero's Grave while also hitting that chest, because you always need stuff. Okay. Armor could be nice here. That does a lot of damage, but you know what? It's on par, and that loses attack after a couple turns. Take 3 damage and gain an additional strike. We do heal, but not by much. Why not? Let's take it. Let's see what happens. Let's get that hero's grave. Another. Some armor could be nice. Block some of that damage. We don't really care about the powder. That's a whole mechanic in and of itself. We'll see if we can kind of pop it off. Okay, so see how the auto battle happened? We did fight a guy. It just did it for us. Pretty neat. So that's a jewelry box. If you hit the jewelry box, it gives you a piece of jewelry. And jewelry is just like any other item, but they don't usually do any kind of effect. They kind of just increase or decrease your stats. Okay, here we go. And just like any chest, it gives you your choice of 3 items. Losing health and gaining armor seems pretty decent. Not terrible. When we hit the guy, they take an extra point of damage. Not bad. And if we are at half health, we gain 2 armor on the start of our turns. That might not be terrible to grab. Why not? Let's do it. So we're kind of going for the speed here. I like the HP better than that. The additional strike's cool. And you know what? We've got a few items. Let's see a combat and see how we play out. And it'll give you an icon and it'll kind of show you what's triggering when. And if you rearrange the items, so see how these are both turn start? You can make one of these go before the other with the numbers here. So these are both turn start. You can make the plated helmet go off before the feather. Or make the feather go off before the helmet. It's your choice. And this is battle start. Battle start always happens first. There's a whole bunch of keywords and stuff. Ooh. So if we go higher, we could get some more oil. Let's do that. I'll put the quick combat back on. This should be a quick tutorial video. Okay, so we lost a point of HP. We're looking pretty rough. And if you happen to notice, it's about to be the final night, and then we have to fight this rude dude. The Blood Moon Werewolf. And when we're at half health, he has 5 more attack. He hits us for 8. That's rough. I don't think I want to be taking 8 damage on turn 1. So, if we make our way up here... Ooh, that chest is tempting. I think we have time to go get it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Restore health equal to damage dealt on your first turn. That goes pretty well with this. 2 strikes and we heal for all? Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'll take it. Getting rid of the roast was a little tough, but I'll take it. So the reason I'm going here is this campfire here. What you can do is you can skip the night. Fight the spider real quick. I forgot I had... Oh, okay. And yeah, that's the run. I didn't realize that he just killed us. Hence my channel name. We have to respawn, fellas. Alright, people. That was a little unexpected, but here we go. Fresh new run. New boss. The Ironstone Golem. When he's exposed, which is... This game's great. It has tooltips for everything. Exposed is whenever you lose your armor for the first time. That happens. That line of text right after. So he loses all of his attack, besides 1, when he becomes exposed and loses all of his armor. But he has a lot of armor. He's tough to get to. So we'll see if we can even get to the boss, because a spider just killed us. So chests at the beginning, hunting down chests. Ooh, double damage to armor. If we put some oil on this, we could hit him pretty hard. Why not? Let's do it. So, like I was saying, first... Whoa! Oh, also, I feel like I should explain quick. The Redwood Crown tab that you see next to the item and the exposed trigger. That is a set bonus. So if you can find, so far from what I've seen, there are item sets I haven't gotten yet. But if you can get 2 to 3 items that share like stat lines and qualities or even names, they'll give you a bonus, which will show up here in the top. You'll get a little icon, and the bonus will just happen in combat and stuff. It's pretty great. So, Cherry Bomb, 4 attack on your first turn. That's a pretty hard hit. Whenever we lose all of our armor, we heal for 6, and it gives 2 health, 2 armor. That's not terrible either. I kind of want the helmet here. That's a pretty good helmet. So, for example, that item set I was saying, like this one gives you the Redwood Crown if you can go find the robe and that weapon, which is a wooden stick thing. I forget what it's called exactly. Oh, there's a waypoint here. Yeah, let's go down here. Ooh, some oil. I'm gonna go get that oil. So, like my favorite weapon set, for example, is the hero set. So if you can get the sword of the hero, the shield of the hero, and the boots of the hero, it's kind of like a little thing to, you know, Zelda, Link, the hero himself. And it gives you just +1 to every stat point HP. It's a pretty laid back. Okay, so this is the blacksmith. I got the name wrong earlier, but deal a damage on hit, take a damage, and gain thorns. I guess we'll do that for now. That's not terrible. So now we deal 3 damage, and we deal an extra point of damage when we hit. The extra point, the blade, which we just put on, that does not trigger the battle axe. The battle axe is only for the damage that and any bonuses you may have are doing. That's just an extra effect. So, auto-battling wolves. And just for the sake of showing you, if we head to this campfire, we only had 1 step left for the night, so nothing too crazy, but sleep until the next day and restore 10 health? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that, so boom, there we go. Max HP. Okay, we got a merchant. Let's show you this guy. Finish up this tutorial here. So, the Wandering Merchant. Usually, as a rule of thumb, before I go and visit these guys, I like to have more than 10 gold saved up. And the reason for that is he usually has 1 mythic and a bunch of blues. And sometimes he'll have a green, but greens are usually saved for chests. Blue items are good, don't get me wrong. But the mythic, sometimes he might have a discount, but the mythics usually cost 10 coins. So if you were really gung-ho on getting this mythic, you need 10 gold. And you can also hit control to restock this guy. So for example, if I hit it, see how the price just went up and he shuffled up his inventory and has new stock? If you don't like anything you see, you can restock the merchant. But just know every time you restock, it costs another gold more every time. And it doesn't have to be the same merchant. All merchants see that this restock tax. So even if I go find a brand new guy, it's still going to be 2 coins to restock, and then it'll be 3, 4, etc. So it's a new mythic, new everything. Obviously, I only have 1 coin left. I can't even restock this guy. So let's get the hell out of Dodge. Let's keep exploring. Try to find some heroes' graves or fortune tellers or something. Okay, there's a fairy. So if you didn't like anything you had, and you didn't really have an item set that you were trying to build towards, you could totally gamble away in items to see if you hit something good. I kind of like what I have right now, so we're going to skip that. There's a golem. That's nice to see. And also, occasionally, when I'm playing, I like to go into the dark and find these waypoints. And the only reason I do that is, in my time of playing, going towards a waypoint, first of all, unlocks the fast travel point like I showed you. We can totally hit spacebar and fast travel back to this waypoint that we discovered earlier. But usually a waypoint has a bunch of gold icons, help icons, that are friendly to the player around them. So they're usually pretty handy to make your way towards. Also, I should mention quickly, so see how the chests we've been running over are grayed out and the oils we've been dipping our weapon in and stuff like that? When they're grayed out, that means you've used them and you can't go back. It's gone. You can't get anything back from those icons. The only thing that doesn't disappear and is usable is the merchant. They always stick around. And the cauldron, which I don't think we've seen yet. But like the fairy, the golem, anything that's usable, excluding the merchant and the cauldron, like I said, they will disappear once you use them. The only exception is the chests, the jewelry chest, the hero's grave, and treasure chests. When you land on them and they open, you'll get the one of three choice of item. Even if you don't select an item, it's gone forever because you opened the chest. So just keep in mind, if you have a full inventory and you like your build, and you're trying to like save a chest for later, try not to open it because it's going to be gone. So see, I opened the chest. Ooh, Blood Drinker, restore HP. First attack, gain 2, gain 3 damage, take 3 damage, gain an additional strike. I think the belt's pretty good here. Battle start, trigger exposed, we heal, 2 strikes. Yeah, that's a big chunk out of his armor. You know what I'm saying? So, chest is gone. So even if I didn't take that Swift Strike belt, it's gone. Alright, let's try to find a hero's grave. Let's get cranking here. Try to show you everything this game has to offer. Okay, a fortune teller. That's the cauldron. So let's just click it. There's a cauldron over there. Tells you exactly where it is. Okay, there's a hero's grave. We got one. So I'll just go to the cauldron and kind of explain what this is. So if you combine 2 different kinds of basic food, it'll give you a superfood. It'll completely change it into some crazy contraption, and it'll do a similar effect of each food item together. So like the roast item that I threw away in our first little run there before I had to respawn. Oh, another merchant, and we have some money. Woo! Every other turn, gain an attack and restore an HP. That's pretty tasty. Spend 2 armor to gain 3 speed and an attack. Sure, man. So I want that to trigger before the belt. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Okay. And it's the final night. We're about to survive to the boss. No spiders this time. The plated helmet again. Maybe. When you become wounded, which is when your HP is 50% or lower for the first time in that combat, we gain thorns equal to the amount of damage we took the turn we became wounded. And it gives us armor. Not bad. When we go to 50%, when we become wounded, we get 2 additional strikes. And see, there's another one of those item sets I was saying. This is just so happens to be 2 items. And it's the Blood Moon Strike. There's a lot of cool combos you can do. Honestly, I think we kind of take this just to have armor to chump the belt so it doesn't go into our HP. Yeah, it's not the best item I've seen, but it'll do. Alright, let's see if we can beat a boss and close out this little brief tutorial here. Okay, here we go. Ran out of time. Exposed, loses all of his attack. Let's see how much damage we can do. Okay, the helmet triggered. The belt triggered. The other helmet triggered. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, that was a lot of damage. That was a big hit. And I think to finish out the final minutes of this little brief tutorial here, is I'll show you this jewelry chest, just because I don't think we've hit one yet. And I'll show you another combat with all of the enemies leveled up because you beat the first boss. There are 3 bosses. Okay, this is a jewelry box. Steal 2 armor from the enemy. The ruby crown. Gain an attack, lose a speed. Gain 2 attack for each jewelry item you have equipped. Honestly, I don't like any of these. But I guess for the sake of grabbing something, because also I should mention, when you beat a boss, you gain 2 more item slots. You beat the second boss, which would be this guy. You gain 2 more item slots. Therefore, when you go to the final boss, you have full items, 8 in total, plus your weapon. I'll take the ring. So we have 2 more slots, so the ring, it's not so bad. And the next boss, it's totally random who you get, by the way. And as you beat bosses and stuff, you can unlock some things. It's pretty cool. So this guy, his attack is halved if you have armor. He hits for 6 or 3 if you have armor. He has armor, and he's pretty chunky. Tough guy. And for an example, wolves are level 2 now. All enemies are level 2. The spiders, the crows, the wolves, the bears, and the bats. And whatever effect they had at level 1, that same effect is now slightly more powerful. I'll put lightning combat back on. There's another fortune teller. Hero's grave. And this is basically it. You collect items, you go through, you battle, and you try to survive to the final boss. This path seems to be the best. Sword of the Hero. The Hero's Return. I love that bonus set. I do like this battle axe though, so I'm not going to pick that up. Let's do loose change. Why not? Some extra money at the start of each dawn. Not bad. Oh, this is like the complete wrong direction. Where am I going? I don't care about that. Don't care about the golem right now. I don't have anything that matches. There's a jewelry box. Sure. Gain speed every turn. Gain armor every turn. Or lose HP and gain armor. Yeah, jewelry isn't very captivating. I kind of try to avoid these jewelry boxes. Sometimes they're good to hit. Most of the time, they kind of dud out. I'll get rid of the coin. The coin's kind of basic. I don't care about that ring. Where is this taking me? All I'm trying to do is get to this hero's grave. Can I teleport somewhere that's like easier to get to? No? I guess we're going the long way. Merchant, we have $8. Ooh. That's that dagger for the Blood Moon Strike. If you have more speed. We do. With the featherweight helmet. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Let that trigger, and then that, and then that. And you can prioritize the trigger, I said. That's kind of whatever. I'm hoping to get something better at the hero's grave. So here's a hedgehog. I don't think we fought them yet. I think they gain 2 thorns at the start of battle, but now that they're level 2, they get 4. And all thorns are is when you hit the guy, he hits you back for the number equal to thorns. It's pretty rude. A waypoint, and we have enough time during the night. So these can be locked during the day, and you have to come here at night. It makes them harder to get to, but the loot, though, Whenever you take damage, heal. Great. Whenever you take damage, take an additional point of damage. These two go great together. Gain 2 armor on hit. That's actually really good against this guy. But this is double damage to armor. I'm tempted to keep the battle axe. Take an additional point of damage. That triggers on this too. Like when we take damage from this, that's 4 instead of 3 because of that. Restore HP when you take damage. He does hit pretty hard. I'm tempted to take this fuck. Yeah, you know what? Let's take it. That's nice. All right. I think we try to. I don't think we'll have enough time to hit that fire. So let's see. Wolf. Golem. We can dip some oil. Hedgehog. We're healing. Let's do some speed oil. I think we're hitting towards the top of the map, maybe. Oh, no. We got some room. The map does cap off. We can find a merchant if we want. Item chest. See how the wolf was following me? Oh, that's the rod for the Redwood Crown set. You know what? We do a lot of damage on our first turn now. Getting rid of that for this isn't so bad. In my eyes at the moment. That's not bad. Look at... Oh! See? Come on! The combo is real, baby. A merchant? I don't want any of this, to be honest. I could have restocked them, but I'm trying to, like, motor here. Fight this next boss. Here we go, boss 2. If this guy kills us, you know what? It is what it is. This video is over after this guy. So yeah, that was just a brief little tutorial of the mechanics and stuff of one of my top 5 games right now. He's coming. I'm addicted to this game. And the other play mode that they offer right now, obviously, like I said, this game is not released. But there's another play mode called Kingmaker, where I unlocked this skin here. And you can face other players' builds that they've made. And there we go. I'm not respawning this time. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. He's coming. I'll see you next time.